Hi, so it's the 29th of July. I realise that these videos probably aren't going to come out sort of in any sequential order, or they're going to come out a little bit late, but today was just a bit of a milestone mentally, really, for me, because I've sort of been travelling for the last month. I've been in America, and I've recently just spent a couple of days in France with my dad. The real reason that sort of inspired me today to put on my running shoes and to come out, other than the glorious weather, was a really difficult couple of days with my dad, and really understanding the progression of his condition. So the biggest threat to someone with PSP is the risk of choking and aspiration. But I wanted to raise the awareness of the choking, really, and the difficulty that I found over the last few days of being with my dad every day was that he's almost got two brains. There's the level that is my dad, that you can communicate with and you can talk to, but then there's this diseased brain that he has, that almost lacks any awareness, and he's completely uninhibited. They shovel their food in, they basically inhale it, and that's what my dad did. He'd put like a mouthful of food in, and then he's already loading up his fork with the next mouthful, but because of the condition, he's very slow in his movements. His chewing is very slow, so he's filling his mouth, and like I said, it's that aspiration, that risk of choking. And while we were away, he basically ate too much steak, and there was this realization that everything just went silent. And my dad just had this look in his eye that was sort of looking beyond me. I was sat opposite him, and I've as a physiotherapist, I've done a lot of trauma training, and I'm very thankful for everyone that has educated on those courses. And you know, it's made me realize that doing it once a year maybe isn't even enough, but to recognize the signs of choking is really important if you're caring for someone with this condition, because I don't think they emphasize enough how silent it is, and just the world just goes quiet. So we went through a cycle of back thrusts and Heimlich maneuvers for around 3.5-4 minutes, before eventually, like, we still hadn't dislodged it, but enough that my dad could breathe through his nose. But yeah, it was this scary sort of thought of, you know, there's a consequence here, and it's life threatening, and it's the disease. And it didn't matter how many times my dad's carer was instructing him with every mouthful, that's too much, you know, not that much, Mark, you know, you need half of that or a third of that, you know, taking sips of water in between. You know, it doesn't matter, because he agrees with you with one brain, and then this uninhibited brain just on the very next mouthful just starts shoveling it in. That's what's driving this challenge for me, is that it's raising that awareness. Make sure you know the signs of choking, make sure you know what to do, how to clear the airway, and basically try and find a management strategy that works for you and for the person that you're caring for, as to how you manage meal times, because it's hard work, and it's an effort every single mouthful. We took our eye off for 1 second, and he put too much steak in his mouth. So yeah, bit of a serious one. I'm sorry for that, but like I said, this is the start for me, and this is the whole reason why. So yeah, hopefully that sort of makes sense, and gives you guys a bit of perspective as to what my motivation is. So cool. See ya.